Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. This is sort of a surprise video. This is for February 24th. The reason I'm putting this video out, as you might have figured out from the title, is today is my and your 4-year anniversary. It is amazing to me that after 4 years, you think I'm still relevant, you think I still have things to say that are helpful and insightful and supportive. I'm so grateful for all of the support. It has been absolutely remarkable over the 10 years. As all of you know, I've done very little to actually promote this channel. I do not take revenues from the commercials that you see. I have done very, very few sort of readings with um, other intuitives. There's some fabulous ones out there. It's just sort of not a road I've kind of gone down. Um, I rely on your support, your appreciation to help this channel grow. And it has. We've hit the 10,000 mark. We're moving our way slowly up. And I'm just so incredibly grateful. So let's just sort of go back for a second. So, November of 2016, Trump was elected. He took office in January of 2017. I watched what was going on for about a year, and many of you may know this story. Have a girlfriend who lives in BC, and over the course of that year, she would phone me up and she would always say, I have a question. I have a question. And she would ask me questions about what was on in the States and what I thought was going to happen with this, that, or the other. And I would just sort of intuitively answer her. And after about a year, it was sort of like, you get a lot of this stuff right. Maybe you should actually consider starting a YouTube channel. And I was like, oh, well, I guess okay, let's try. Um, and so I started it February 24th of 2018. So it's been a bit of a haul. Um, and part of the reason, in fact, one of the primary reasons that I started it was not because I was seeming to get some real clarity and being able to figure out kind of what was going on, but because I was very concerned about, you know, the energy that was being produced around Trump, around the Republicans, because it was like hair on fire all the time. It just never seemed to stop. Every time you turned around, something crazy was happening. He was saying something retarded. It was just too much. And I wanted people to be sort of calm because I was becoming very concerned about that energy. So, those of you who have watched me for a long time or have checked out the Soulprint Insights channel, which, by the way, there's a link below, um, understand that energy is energy. It's not positive and it's not negative. It is simply energy. And wherever energy is focused, that's where energy goes and that's what grows. Okay? And so I was hoping that with my little channel, I might be able to just bring some sanity, calm things down a little bit. Um, just help people, and primarily, of course, in the United States, but honestly, what was going on in the United States and what Trump was doing was impacting globally to just sort of bring some calmness and some clarity. And I hope I have done that. Certainly from your comment, you have told me that I have done that and accomplished that. And I'm very grateful for every one of those compliments, every one of those thumbs up, every new subscriber, every old subscriber. Thank you, thank you. Um, so on my 4-year anniversary, this is going to be a fairly short video. But I thought I would take a look and see if I could get Spirit to give me some sort of clarity on the trajectory of the United States. Where is the country going? There are some things that it is remarkable about, right? I mean, it's sort of repositioning itself out there as being, the vanguard of democracy, and yet you have mass shootings like daily, weekly. You have politics that have skewed so far left that they no, sorry, so far right that they, are not trying to tick back decades, but honestly, in some cases, it feels like a century or two. So, Spirit, if you could just give me and my amazing viewers a few just quick little insights and clarity on where the United States is going. Where is it heading as a country? It is important that at some point the country truly comes to terms with sort of the violence with which it was created. It You had people from other countries from Europe who were screaming about religious freedom, but the religious freedom really wasn't freedom, it was just you have to believe what I believe. They came in and they did their level best to rid the country of the Native Americans. And when that didn't work, they, just sort of took over their land. Um, and then they decided that in order to work this land that they had basically taken, they needed to bring people over to work as slave labor. I don't think that any of that was actually the intended purpose of the country. And so at some point, there has to be recognition and reconciliation because until there is some clear eyed vision of where you have come from, it's going to be very difficult for the country to change course. But there is a great deal of hope and inspiration and energy and light that surrounds that country. Not only is it coming from the light workers within the country, it's coming from the light workers globally, and it's coming from other dimensions. Because the thing is one way or another, the earth, the planet, is shifting to a higher vibration. And with that higher vibration, things that um, are not compatible with that higher vibration are going to find themselves kind of diminished. Um, it's not really eradicated, like 3D isn't going to be eradicated, but there is going to be a greater emphasis on a more inclusive, um, a more energy based way of living on the planet. Just in terms of everything, in terms of sustainability, in terms of how people view each other, in terms of what the goals are. Right now, the country is, and it's not exclusive to the country, the world is engaged in a lot of power struggles and a lot of power um, moves and maneuvering. And it is truly a competition. I don't want to call it a war, even though it is, um, between higher and lower vibration energies, thoughts, understandings, clarities, you know, visions of what the place we all call home should be and should look like. So, in some ways, whether it is kicking and screaming or whether it is by choice, the United States is going to move into that fourth dimension energy. And understand this is not a light switch. Okay, this is a long process because you just can't change mindsets with a snap of a finger. But as time moves forward, what you're going to see is that there is a real diminishing of some of those ideas, attitudes, feelings, beliefs, philosophies that um, no longer are compatible with the country moving forward in the direction it wants to. And understand there are still going to be a lot of countries that are going to be sitting in that third dimension energy, right? I mean, when you have countries that have dictators, when you have countries that allow their people no basic fundamental freedoms, there is still a tremendous, tremendous amount of work to do. But this is the thing. In order for those countries who have evolved and are evolving to be able to create the energy, the light, the momentum to start to offer assistance to those countries that are ready to shift but are being held in place, they have to shift first. They have to find that new place within themselves. And so, as you look at the trajectory, what you're seeing is that there are countries that are going to continue to raise their vibration. And those countries are going to work in sync and together to move the planet forward. And countries that still are functioning at a lower vibration are going to be offered the assistance to slowly evolve. But again, this is not an overnight thing, okay? This takes a long time. And so the best advice is to be patient and to continue to stand in your light, stand in your power, be that light. Pay very close attention to who and what gets your energy because energy is energy. And so, you need to understand you're manifesting every single day, every single moment. And so, if your thoughts are not positive, you're manifesting lower vibrational thoughts. It's just that simple. It really is. And so it's super important that as we move forward as a civilization, as societies, that um, attention be paid to that which is in the highest interest of all. But civilization as a whole is quite determined to survive and continue to evolve. And that is a good thing. And as I've said before many times, There's a lot more light workers. There's a lot more energy in place to help that goal be achieved. So, thank you very, very much for being here. Happy anniversary. It's our anniversary, it's not mine. Because without every single one of you, I would not have gotten here. And you know what? It's been a hell of a ride, and I'm really enjoying it. I've met some amazing people, all of which I think are my viewers and subscribers. Um, so thank you, just from my heart. Thank you. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.